All right, what's up, everybody? It is me, Insanity, here, and we are in Knoxville, Tennessee, at the last stop of the Davey Suicide and Combi Christ and Darksiders tour. Is that right?
And William Control.
And William Control. Can't leave them out. So, how's the tour been? How's the last stop? How's it feel to be on the last leg of this thing, about to go home?
Everyone's on edge today because we know there's tour pranks coming.
Oh.
And we're not sure how they're going to fuck with us. So.
Are you guys? Is it the pranksters? Is it more of the other people in the band, or is it the people like the road crew and stuff?
I don't know. It's going to be everyone involving Combi Christ probably is out to get us today.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got to watch out for them fuckers, huh? Is that those guys back there?
Yeah.
That Combi Christ? Oh, cool.
Been lurking on them all day.
Oh yeah, we gotta watch them like a hawk. Then, so for this tour, was this something where they asked you to go on tour? Or was it kind of a dual mutual thing where you guys just decided, hey, let's go out on tour and let's just tear some shit up?
We really wanted to go out on tour with them for a while, so it just worked out.
Yeah, man. Well, I was reading a little bit about your bio for those that don't really know you guys. I noticed some of your influences were, Nine Inch Nails, of course, and Zombie and GNR. Musically, from your personal experience, who was the one that you most clicked with, the one that most kind of shapes who you are as a musician these days?
I think, growing up, it was more Guns N' Roses, and then I think it evolved more like Manson and Eminem as far as just their character and their personality and like their style of writing and their lyrics and stuff. But I think I will always be like a rock dude at heart, but I love the digital element in our band.
Oh yeah, dude. Now the digital element, was that something that like, do you try to? Now I know you guys are kind of like almost on the industrial side. Do you dig the heavier stuff, or are you more on the side of the techno side? I mean, which stuff really vibes with you the most as a musician?
I don't. It depends on the song. I think as long as there's conviction in whatever the song is, whether it be the melodies or the hook or whatever. I mean, I think there's heavier songs that I really like in the band, and there's a couple ballads I really like too. So I think it's just believability that I latch onto. The style isn't as important as just really sending home a message that resonates within you.
Gotcha. So you really try to write stuff that's real to you, that's very, very deep, that you can feel emotionally when you're on stage, so you can connect to it more?
It's just got to mean something to you. I mean, I never really worry about what other people are going to think of it. I just know how I feel when something's completed, and once we get to that point, then I know it's done.
I gotcha. Now for the writing process, is it something where are you like laying in bed and you wake up, oh my god, that's genius at like 2 a.m, or is it more of a collective thing? You guys are in a room together and you're coming up with lyrics as they're playing like music.
It happens when I'm jogging. It happens when I'm in the shower. It happens when I'm driving.
Taking a dump.
Yeah.
Like toilet paper. Like I gotta write that shit.
Anywhere. Yeah. But I normally just voice record whatever my idea is. If it's a riff, I'll mouth it out, or I'll just like say words. Or if I have a melody, I'll kind of like hum the melody, and then I'll go back and write words to the melody later.
Okay, cool.
It's always it just happens, and normally when we're in the writing process, like, for that month or two, like, I just have ideas just flowing out. It's so weird, and then I'll go cold for 5 or 6 months, and then it'll pop open again. It's a big floodgate, and I guess I just unlock it from time to time and get a lot of good ideas that way.
Oh hell yeah! And I got a question as because I write songs too somewhat. Is there ever a time where you're like, man, I'm out of material, I wish something would happen? Like, I know that for me, especially like, life events like breakups or somebody like pissing you off. Are there moments where you're like, man, I'm just lacking creativity or genius with writing? I need something to happen. Is there any time as a writer that you come to that point where you wish something like that would happen?
Well, yeah, I think Turbulence stems the best songs, really.
Yeah, I mean that's where you get the most from the heart, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't hope for bad things to happen.
Oh, of course not.
But you can revert back to them. I mean, I've had enough things happen in my life where I can kind of revisit them. But then you can also pull yourself out and be fictitious and make up stories or scenarios or just something you want to talk about. So I don't try to dig too hard in the sense that it should kind of come. I think everything in life kind of happens organically, and when you push it too hard to make it happen, I don't think it was ready to happen. So
gotcha. Yeah. So when you're writing that, is there ever a point where, do you go over and you revise your lyrics a lot, or is it something where it just kind of flows and whatever's there you keep?
No, it's from where I start and where I finish. I mean, normally it refaces 5 or 6 times, and if not more. I know for Nothing Is Sacred on the new record, like we probably had 4 or 5 lyric ideas, and I would send it to Needles, and he wouldn't like something, and I would redo it, until finally like it just clicked and it worked. But sometimes it happens fast, sometimes it is just.
Gotta love the songwriting, the process. Sometimes it can be a real pain in the ass.
Sure.
so I know you've had this tour this year. What are some other, highlights? What, we're coming up on the end of the year. It's gone really fast, actually. But what's been some other highlights? Some awesome things that have happened to you guys this year that you're really like proud of that you've accomplished.
I think our record was the main thing that happened this year. We're doing the Reckoning tour after this, which will be good.
And who's that with? Going to be with?
It's with Blood on the Dance Floor, Whitney Payton, 2 other bands. I'm not really sure who they are, but it'll be a little bit more of a younger demographic. But we've done another U.S. tour 2 years ago with them, and we went to the U.K. with them. And those are some of the most crazy, fun shows, and we gained so many fans and do really good numbers with those guys. So.
Oh yeah, man. Do you notice a big difference between, like, if you go to Europe, like you're saying, UK, do you notice a different kind of vibe or a different kind of intensity or reaction from the fans when you're in the UK as opposed to doing US tours?
They were really, really, really excited to see us. Like, we would be in the van at noon in Cardiff, and it was completely pouring, and they were chanting like Davey over and over. Like, we were just sitting in the van waiting to load in, and I was just shocked. They were completely on the other side of the world, and they knew us. Wow. But the response there was crazy. Like, they're really respectful though. Like, I feel like a lot of times here you come and just get like the stalker vibe.
Yeah.
And there it's like they want to meet you and have your time with you, but then once they've had that, then they kind of like let you be.
Yeah.
Or here they're like succubuses, and they just want everything.
That's what they want. It's greed and gluttony, don't you know? It's a lot of people like that, I guess. I don't know, but at least they're passionate. But some of them, I guess, can take their passion to a ridiculous level. Now, have you had any scary stalker type stories, like as far as like fan wise? What's the craziest thing a fan's ever done?
I mean, just there's a lot of fake profiles on the internet of mine. I've gotten letters from girls who finally got my email address and said, like, they thought they were in like a relationship with me, and it was just, I guess they got catfished. And but
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, but then then once like I'll tell them that I don't have any like Kick, I don't have a personal Facebook, I don't have any of these, and then they still want to like, well, can we be friends anyway? And it just that kind of like freaks me out and stuff, but. I don't know. I feel bad that people would want to impersonate somebody else, because I think everyone has their own opportunity to write their own story to be proud of who they are.
Yeah.
So
definitely. Now, have you ever seen kind of wiki stuff? I know that, who was it? Somebody had a wiki where it said they died. Have you run anything like that? Like any kind of phony like wiki stuff where you've died? Be like, oh my God, I'm still alive. I'm not a ghost.
Not yet.
Not yet. You're getting there.
I know everyone thinks I might die as soon as I get behind driving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
well, I hope not.
They call me Swerve-Aside.
Oh my God, no! They call me wrong way because I can't. I always get fucking lost no matter where I go. I'm always like, I think I should take a left turn, and I'm end up. Oh shit! I don't mean to be in the city.
That's funny.
So yeah, but so let me ask you now. Where are you guys' roots from? Like, when did you guys form? Tell us a little about you guys, the formation of the band, and how you guys kind of mesh together so well.
I mean, the band kind of formed in LA, but. The current lineup was half of it's from Static X, and we were on tour with them. And a lot of times, like, Wayne wouldn't come out for sound check, so I had to like check the mic for him and stuff. And Draven and Brent ended up being part of my band shortly after the Static X tour. So that was kind of a just happenstance, But
how's it feel to play with? being a band with those kind of guys, that caliber of musicians.
Yeah, it's great. Draven's like one of the hardest workers I've ever met. And, Brent's one of the easiest dudes to get along with, and he's a lot of fun and stuff. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool how the things have evolved, and it's not easy getting the right people and having the same vision, and so it's a breath of fresh air when you do connect with people.
Oh yeah, man. Well, let me ask you one more question here. This one came from the guys from Flaw. I interviewed them at Louder Than Life, and they wanted to know for you as a band, has there ever been a moment where you're after you went off stage where you knew that the other band member maybe had like a subpar performance? Is there ever a time when it's acceptable to tell somebody in that band that you had a subpar performance?
No, yeah. I think that's... yeah.
Sorry. Something like, no, it's okay, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, that we set ourselves at a very high level, and I think the reason that things have shifted in the past is when you don't perform at a high level. We have very little tolerance for that. So I think you need to put people in their place, and if they can't show up to play ball, then they need to.
I'm pretty sure they probably, if there's somebody like has an off night, I'm sure they probably beat themselves up pretty bad. You don't really
I think you want to. I think you don't enter into something unless you want to be great, and if you don't want to be great, you shouldn't be wasting other people's time.
Hard business too, yeah, definitely.
And I think if you shouldn't have to have other people telling you that you need to improve in other areas. You need to do your own homework. You need to. There's just no business setting out to do something, especially creatively, where you influence kids and influence people, unless you want to be the absolute best. And I think that you should be a self-starter. Okay. You shouldn't need people telling you, and that's a big thing. This band has always set out to be great and become one of the greats, and I think you have to have good work ethic to do so.
Oh yeah, man, definitely.
I'm off the soapbox, but yes, gotcha. To answer your question, absolutely yes.
I got you, man. All right, so one more question. Actually, do you have any questions for the next band I'm out to interview? I think I'm interviewing Darksiders later. Maybe I'll ask him. I don't know. What question would you like to ask the next musician I interview?
Ask him what he did to get rid of his herpes.
Yeah, that's a second STD related question. I've actually got somebody asked me, forget who it was. I think it was Ryan McCombs of Soil, I believe was asking, when you go we hook up with somebody, you don't wrap it up, basically don't wear a raincoat. Do you not tell your bandmates that you've got the I think you said the clap. Yeah. Do you tell your bandmates, and oh man, you don't want to contract nothing. It's like, see shit crawling around out there, you might want to leave it alone. Yeah. So all right, well, tell everybody about your album, where they can find it, where they can find you guys, and I'll let you go, man.
Worldwide Suicide is out on iTunes, Amazon, our website. All of our social medias are Davey Suicide. So.
Davey Suicide. That's Davey. Mm-hmm. And then I read the suicide is the thing about, unless you're dead, there's no ceiling to what you can achieve, something like that, right?
You're the only person that stops you from getting what you want, and that's it.
I'm so glad to meet somebody that actually thinks like that. I think like that too. Somebody on Facebook was actually like, dude, you should be a motivational speaker. I'm like, I just tell the truth. The only way there's no failure unless you stop doing it, unless you stop trying. Yeah, man.
That's tough job. People want to point fingers. They want to make excuses. It's all bullshit. Yeah. You need to look yourself in the mirror and say that I am in control of this outcome every time. Yeah. Stop being so whiny and just do it. Right? Yeah. Stop being a pussy. That's right. Stop being a bitch. All right. So I'm gonna stop rambling here and get off my soapbox. And this has been Insanity here with Davey Suicide here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And thanks for your time, brother. Thanks, man.